So if you didn't know, we are literally the worst third down offense in the league ever since week 7. I think we're like at 25% or something like that, but it's just that bad. And on Sunday against the Jets, we went 4 for 12, another bad performance on third down. And what makes it, frustrating is that we're the best red zone offense in the league ever since that moment. But like now, we can't even convert a third down. And I try my best to be like level-headed and everything when I'm doing these breakdowns, but like watching our 8 conversions that we didn't get, it's just so frustrating. It's not just bad play calling, but it's also on the players too. And I know everybody wants Zach gone, but like some of this stuff is definitely on the players. And then with the human aspect of it, I really feel bad for Zach because he doesn't have bad play designs per se most of the time. It's just he doesn't know when to call them, and that's the frustrating part. And that comes with being an inexperienced coordinator. You have these great plays, but you don't know when to call them or how to sequence them properly, and that comes with experience. And it got exponentially worse this game because the players did not have their best game execution wise. You're gonna see why. We're gonna go over all 8 of those third downs that we did not get, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to like, subscribe for more. Let's get into the tape. This is the first third down in the game where everybody was complaining about, okay? And here's my thing. So basically, pretty much everybody's going to be wedging down like this, okay? And behind that, we're going to actually just toss it. So we're trying to get these guys to show to play the quarterback sneak, and then we're going to toss it out. And I don't have a problem with the play call itself as far as the design. But this is the kind of play call you need to do once you've shown this maybe 1 or 2 times. This is the first time we've seen this formation in the backfield. The defense knows, okay, they're not going to do a regular sneak here, okay? They're going to be doing something else, especially with Charlie Warner right here and then the tight ends in line right there. You got to know something's coming right there into the boundary. I could see if we did a sneak out of this formation 1 or 2 times in this game and then we hit them with the toss, but we didn't. We went straight to the toss, and that's why it's frustrating because, dog, you're going to see this. Like, the defensive line, okay, it's pretty much cool, right? But they don't give the second level anything as far as like the DBs. They don't have anything to like really key in for. So they're just going to kind of sit there waiting and looking. And then they see, oh, the ball's been tossed. And Azariah Thomas, he's in the perfect leverage to go, run this down. And he tries to, tries to truck him. Cool. But look, not all corners are going to just go down that easily. And you see he was able to get a leg on him, and yeah, you see we didn't even get it. And y'all look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this dude's reaction after the play call. Terrible. It's terrible. What we're gonna have here, we're gonna have a fade and we're gonna have a choice right here by Bijan. Okay, this is not a bad thing to do in a vacuum, okay? Because we do this with Drake London where we have him number 2 as a slot, have him run the option route, okay? And I really like the idea of putting Bijan in the slot and doing this since Drake London isn't with us, okay? That's cool. But this is Kirk Cousins' fault because y'all gonna see he just doesn't throw this ball, okay? I've seen Mike throw this ball when the receiver head isn't around. That's what you call anticipation, okay? Mike has made this throw to Bijan before downfield where he's doing an outbreaking route. And he's not even looking, and by the time he gets there, the ball is like right there up on him. He catches the ball. He's a professional football player. You can throw this with anticipation, because look at this, y'all. So Kirk is in this drop. He wants to throw it like right there. He pump fakes. Why is he pump faking? Like, I can't imagine why he's pump faking, because look, Bijan has from the bottom of the numbers to the sideline. This corner's back is turned. He's running with David Seals, I think. I think that's David Seals. Like, and look at the separation. This is a linebacker. He's not going to trigger on this that fast. This is a mismatch. And he just doesn't throw the ball. And then he pulls the ball down. I don't know why he pulled it down, because look, he's clearly beat. Sherwood is clearly beat. And then we just take a sack. Like, that was an easy third down conversion. He could have caught that and then ran some more, bro. I don't know what Kirk was doing right there. That's just... let the ball go. Get it out of your hands. All right, this one has a little bit more moving parts to this, so we're going to do the defense first because I have to explain why this play unfolded the way it did. So let's look at the front. We have a 5 down, so we have a nose, 2 ends, and then the outside linebacker / defensive ends, okay? Then we're going to have the safety. He's crept up over the tight end, and we have this guy who's just over the ball as the middle linebacker. So as a pass protection plan, when you have the 5 right here and we know he's going out on a route, so he's out of the picture, we have to 5-0 this as far as pass protection, okay? So that means, once again, everybody's going to fan out to the nearest person that they see. I shouldn't say fan, but you get what I'm saying. It's going to be pretty much big on big. And we know when it's 5-0, this running back has to scan from here to there, okay? You always protect outside the end, okay? And what does the defense do, right? They're going to drop him out. They're going to send all of these guys right here. Then they're going to have him loop inside, and he's going to also take that. And so Bijan's going to pick up the linebacker. He's going to stop him, but that leaves this guy free. And this is the quarterback's responsibility. We know that because they sent 3 weak, which would be 1, 2, and 3. Now, conceptually, what we're getting, Darnell Mooney, he's going to do a return motion. He's going to go in, come back out, and he's going to be running a choice route. Okay, so you go up at about 4 to 6 yards. You could break in, break it out, or sit it down. Dylan Drummond's going to be running this flag route. We're going to have Kyle Pitts running this little whip return, whatever. And then Davis is kind of just running this stop route, okay? So initially, my first thought was, since they sent 3 weak, why not look at your answer to beat this pressure? Because over the late in the snap, he's going to rotate over. He's going to be too far away to affect this throw, okay? But then I also get the top of the screen and where he was looking, I initially thought he was throwing to Dylan Drummond, and he wasn't open. But then I look at Darnell Mooney, guys. I kid you not. When he runs this choice route, it takes him 2.22 seconds to actually commit to the break. And this is all on him. And I'm not saying this entire play is his fault, but dog, look at this, bro. So look, he's going to go back and we see he's communicating. We're just going to stay locked on to our guys right here. Look at this. He just kind of jogs off the line. I know you're supposed to time that release, you know, slightly miss the count, but he's just tiptoeing up to the DB. And by the time he breaks out, or breaks in rather, Kirk is already on his, he's getting sacked. Okay, this isn't the Darnell Mooney that I know. Okay, the Darnell Mooney I know, he's gonna eat up that cushion and then commit. Okay, and even then, you feel me? He had all of this to work with. I know I know Darnell Mooney's head is turned, that he couldn't see this rat dropper right here. But dog, like, we've been killing on these outbreakers, man. Me personally, I'm running it out again. I understand there's a choice concept. You're supposed to cross his face. But, like, let me just look at the leverage again, bro. I have to make sure I'm not tripping. So he's going to square him up right here. Like, dog, we got to. Maybe he was sitting on he was sitting on the outbreaker, so I understand why he broke in. That's on me. But, like, still, you have to get into that much quicker. And if you want to say, oh, Kirk, this is your fault because you didn't see the pressure and you had an answer for the pressure, cool. But, like, there were multiple answers to this play and it just wasn't executed. Because I also will say, when Kirk gets this ball, he's looking down the middle of the field. He sees 44 vacate the middle of the field and he sees him activated on a blitz. Okay, maybe he wasn't expecting the safety to blitz because he also sees this guy dropping out. He's probably thinking, oh, it's just a sim pressure, cool. I can, you know what I'm saying, I can still get this. But no, you have to check. You have to check, man. All right, now this next one I solely put on Kirk Cousins. So this is what we're doing here conceptually. We're getting another choice out right here by Bijan. So remember, he can break in, break out, sit it down, and we still get the mandatory outside release here. We're going to get both of these guys just running off coverage. I'm not sure what they're doing. But we're going to get also Charlie Warner to just sit down at the sticks, okay? And this is what Kirk does. He reads this side of the field first, and that's where Bijan's running his choice out. That's our favorite thing to do. But look, this is where I think players, okay, not necessarily just plays. He wants to go to Bijan. I understand that. But we also have to realize this is a safety over him. This is a defensive back. You would rather it be a linebacker or like a outside linebacker that's flexed out if they're in an odd front, which they are right here, but they're not going to do that. They're trying to force that 5-0 and then, you know, show the pressure or the look of the blitz, right? This is when you would want to throw this because the first time we had a linebacker on him, okay? But now we have 3 over 3. We have 3 over 3 right here. We could definitely see somebody break open because everybody's one-on-one and we know what the route is. Okay, and I necessarily don't blame him for looking here first, but we also have to realize this is a safety, bro. This isn't necessarily the mismatch that we think it is to go to, because when we look at this, y'all, let's look at the play when it happens. So he wants to go to Bijan. You see he's looking there first. He wants to throw. He's like, nope, good defense. Oh, I'm surprised it's good defense. It's a defensive back right there. No surprise. And he tries to get his head back around. Once he does, like, hello? You looking at him? Gear up to throw. I understand this DB is crashing down, but like he's about 8 yards away. Because look at this. Look at this, y'all. He's gonna step. Why did you pump fake? Maybe he doesn't have the arm to throw it 10 yards down the field with some velocity, but dog, let's be serious, bro. But then he pump fakes, and then he loads up to throw it deep. Now, granted, Dylan Drummond is separated over the top just a little bit, and we could have had this completion down the field, but it was good defense, so I'm not necessarily mad. I'm not mad at the fact that it was a pass breakup, but I'm mad at the fact that, bro, we had an open receiver, and you looked the wrong way, and that sounds bad the way I'm wording it. But my whole point is, if we know pre-snap this is a bad matchup, go here. This is what made Tom Brady so great. This is why I think so highly of certain quarterbacks, because they aren't gonna do this certain thing where they just put themselves in a bad position because, you know, they are trying to be just like a robot. Okay, we got this choice out right here, we're gonna read this. Okay, no, if you yourself know this is a bad matchup, don't throw it. Go to the other side of the field, because look, now something's open. It's wide open, bro. Come on, Kirk, you're better than that. Now, this one I really don't like, because I don't know what the coaching points were in this play particularly, but dog. So they're gonna motion in Kyle Pitts to be the new number 2, and they're just gonna go block for this screen right here. Okay, Bijan, he's going to run out and then just stop. So I'm assuming it's kind of some kind of slot screen, in my opinion, but I'm like, why would we do this? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why I think this is a problem. So when we look at the play and how it unfolded, right, we're going to see that we're going to get this motion. Okay, look at him. He's creeping down. So you know you're getting a blitz. Cool, we're throwing a screen to beat the blitz. Okay, now look at this. Why did we teach him to stop? He didn't stop his entire momentum, and look at who's in hot pursuit. The defensive end closest to the play. Why wouldn't we just have this be a simple bubble screen? And then he goes and gets him. Gets him. Now we're on the perimeter. He's running away from this guy. Bijan can outrun him. And now we have the numbers for the blocking, and we have a free guy with the ball in his hands to go score. Because look at this. He stops. Imagine if this is a bubble screen. We have the entire bottom of the numbers to the boundary to work with. And then we catch it and we get a loss of yards. This is 100% coaching right here. And I don't get it, bro. Who installed that play? This was not a good play. Like, I could see, you feel me? I could see if this guy is constantly getting upfield. Maybe we did a bad job of selling it. But like, this is just a headache to watch, bro. Okay, now this is the next play. I'm going to put this on the players 100%. Okay, this is not necessarily on all these guys. This is on Dylan Drummond. And I'm going to cut him some slack because he has not been playing all year. And this type of stuff, it comes with reps. So what we're getting smashed on the front side. We're going to get the choice out by Kyle Pitts. Let me make that a little bit deeper because, ew. So smash, and then we're going to get the choice out. Then we're going to get shallow cross over here as an other concept. So we're going to get an OTB right here by Darnell Mooney. Then we're going to get the shallow cross by Dylan Drummond. And you have the green grass rules where you sit it down with the opposite hash if you are not matching. You're going to get the check and then a check wide. So it's pretty much 1A/1B, 2, 3, 4. Because you're pretty much reading this corner first. Does he bail? Okay, choice out. Does he sit down? We're going to take a shot at the corner. And then we progress to boom, boom, boom. And this is my gripe. Because like I said with the green grass rules, this comes with reps. It comes with repetition. It's time on task. And y'all look at this. So look at this, y'all. This is my problem. When he goes to sit down at the opposite hash, he drifts. He drifts. Why are you drifting? Sit it down. Snap it down. This is why Drake London was so good at running these. Drake London is supposed to be right here running this shallow cross. I guarantee you. Because when we did it last year with Mike when he was in the game, also when we ran it early in the year with Kirk Cousins, Drake London sitting down at the opposite hash. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's sitting down right there, and then once he catches it, he's getting vertical. Because look at that. He drifts out of the, gang. Because look, Kirk, he wants, look at where Kirk wants to throw this. He wants to throw it right there. But he sees he's drifting. Oh, now I got to reset and throw again to give him an accurate ball. And then he drops it because he wants to drift towards the nearest defender. Like, I'm so fed up with this team, man. Now this one, bro, I really don't know what the hell was going on. So look, let's just look. We're gonna have a fade right here by Darnell Mooney. We're gonna have David Sills just kind of run like this, okay? We're gonna have Kyle Pitts run like that, and then we're just gonna have Bijan sit it down. What is this? Is this switch verse with a hook? I don't know what it is because both of these guys running these routes, they just kind of half-ass it. So I don't know what's going on right here. Okay. And by the way, for the defense, they're going to be dropping out into Tampa 2. And like I said before, I don't know what this play design was because look at this. There's nothing here, y'all. There's nothing there. It's 3rd and 9. What is open? You have 3 guys in the same spot. You have 1 guy, 2, 3. They are all within 10 yards of each other. You're not even giving your players a chance, and this is late in the game to go win it. And you have 3 guys running the same route. What's going on? Like, and then it makes it so much worse because, like, Darnell Mooney, he separated over the top. Okay, cool, but like that's not the first read. This is an alerted route, so that only means we're looking at this if we get a certain look. Like, and then if we look at the look pre-snap, since we know it's a fade ball, the look would be ideally press man, and it's not. You see that this DB's off, and as you creep, he's gonna creep up and he's gonna jam him, and then boom. But like, you didn't even give your players a chance over here, Zach. What are we doing? So we're gonna have a deep end by Dylan Drummond. We're gonna have a through route by Darnell Mooney. So we're getting dagger basically. We're gonna get a mandatory outside release by David Seals. Okay, Kyle's gonna chip and then get out. Then we're gonna also have Bijan check and get out. So we're getting cover 5, aka 2-man 5 under. So we're gonna have deep half here, deep half there, and a man across the board with everybody. And Kyle, and Kirk ends up throwing this ball right here, which should have been picked off, but I'm not sure what happened right here. Maybe Darnell Mooney got his hands on the ball and it got broken up. But look at this, y'all. First of all, the pass protection didn't hold up, okay? Because look at this. We're getting somebody into Kirk's lap right there. But look at this throw. I'm not sure what he was throwing at, and it looks like Darnell Mooney had his hands on it, but it ends up being incomplete. I'm not sure what was going on right here. Is it a good play call? I guess, because, you know, you have your guy separating on a mismatch, I would consider, because, you know, Darnell Mooney, you know, he's a very good route runner, in my opinion. But, like, you have 2 guys separating right here. I probably wouldn't have thrown this either because, you know, he's getting off the hash initially. So if he threw that, he's in good position. But, like, we got to come down with this, man. We absolutely have to come down with this. We got to get our hands on it and catch it. If it hit our hands, we got to catch it. And it's no excuse. Like, all of that you watch is just a combination of bad coaching and bad execution. Like, some of that stuff I can't even wrap my head around. Like, that looks genuinely terrible. And I expected that from a team that is 32nd in third down conversions over the last, you know, handful of weeks. So, oh my gosh, man. It's terrible. It's a bad look. But if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to like, subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.